Well, I don't want to start off a show upset, but man, the World Cup really doesn't want me as a fan. I tried. I got all excited about the U.S. and what they were supposed to do. Everybody seemed to be feeling the love that the U.S. was so good. Look what they did in their first game against Paraguay. They've never scored that many goals. They've never won by that much. And then they play a bunch of bad teams. We all get excited, and then they get absolutely housed by Belgium. Doesn't it make you feel worse when you're like, oh, yeah, well, you know, I mean, the guy really was hurt in that game. I don't care about that. Don't try to redeem Pulisic's terrible play because he got hurt in the game. I don't want to hear any of that. Here's what's really upsetting me. What did you and I do the other day, Casey? We picked teams for the rest of the tournament. You picked Norway. I picked Morocco. They're both underdogs. Listen, France is probably going to beat Morocco anyway. Why did I pick Morocco? Sabari. This guy, Ismail Sabari, has his head bloodied before the shootout goal. He's out. He's not playing against France in the corner file. What's everybody getting excited about that has you on the Norway bandwagon?
Good old Erling Haaland.
Do me a favor, Casey. Go on to Google. Open a regular old Google page and type in the name Erling Haaland. Hit enter and tell me what happens. Because it is easy. It is.
Oh, that is
no.
Money. That is
terrible.
Money. You get a graphic of what looks like Vikings with the face is the Norway flag.
Yeah.
And they're just rowing across the screen. That's sweet.
I mean, I very easily could have jumped on. You don't jump on a bandwagon of another country. I'd have jumped on the U.S. bandwagon. I said that early on. I will jump on. I can't jump on the Norway bandwagon. I know the guy is big and tall and blonde, and he's smarmy. He scores a goal, and he looks at everybody and gives that, what am I supposed to do? That's what I do. I score goals. I don't know what the accent is for Norway, but we'll use that one in place of it. He's great. I get that people jump on another country's bandwagon. If you want to root for an underdog, let's find somebody else in there. So I take Morocco, my favorite player on Morocco, old bloody head, not even playing against France.
Well, if you remember, I did hop on the Cabo Verde train for a bit.
Everybody hopped on that one. That's a super underdog.
I put money on it.
Oh, look at you.
Was live betting until Argentina had that third goal.
Yeah, well, it's
not fun.
It's not easy for underdogs to win in sports. That's half the fun of it. But at least you want to have their full force. If Morocco can win without their guy, hey, I'm still with it. But that was the moment that I was like, that's my guy. And the guy that I chose not to pick, Google's on board with him. You like that graphic, though?
I do love that graphic. It's pretty sweet.
Did you push? Oh, you don't? Do you have sound in there?
I don't have the sound.
There's a little icon at the bottom. If you push a button, it will make the drum chant, the drum hit, the little dun.
Oh, I like that.
Dun, So you can hit it as much as you want. So if you are, like so many others, on the Norway train, or we should say boat, if you have jumped on the boat, just type in Erling Haaland's name into Google. You can see the graphic. He had already got it out to his millions of social media followers. That's how it got to me. Not that I follow him, but the stories, he's got so many followers that it somehow makes it into my orbit, which is just ridiculous.
And he's got Google on board.
Yeah, well, what I appreciate right now is that we've got Guardians Twins. It's the bottom of the ninth, I realize, but at least I walked in here and the soccer is behind me and the baseball is in front of me. Luckily, Patrick Harris, even though he loves soccer as much as he did, it's hard to pass up day baseball.
Isn't that a great metaphor? Soccer's behind you, baseball's ahead of you.
What's really ahead of me is the NFL, and that is what we're probably going to spend a lot of the bonus hour on, as we usually do. So very, very exciting. That we
nailed another.
Well,
nailed it.
Who's the best defensive tackle in football?
Leonard Williams.
Yeah,
that's according to one guy, though.
Hey, I get it. It's an analysis. Your guy, you've said,
who was number 2 on the list that led in every stat.
Yeah, I get it, Jeffrey.
All right.
Your guy. I just needed to point out that you're not always correct, and this is But
I'm not all the way wrong.
I didn't say you were, but it's just I as soon as I saw Leonard Williams, I was like, oh, a little nice pat on the back for your Super Bowl champ.
I look and I go, well, Leonard Williams or Jeffrey Simmons doesn't have DeMarcus Lawrence and Uchenna Nwosu next to him.
All right, let's look at the rest of the list. Since we're on the conversation, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the list. Do you agree with Jalen Carter as the 3rd best defensive tackle in football?
Yes, because of the age.
And from just a talent standpoint, I mean, that guy is a head case. And that's one of those draft picks where that was a draft where the Seahawks took Devin Witherspoon, who is real good.
A lot of teams passed on Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter was right there, man. That was one where I think everybody went, ooh, if you can keep that guy on the right side of the penalties, you'll be doing pretty good. Okay, he's out of Chris Jones, who is number 4. You got Derek Brown from the Panthers, Quinnen Williams with the Cowboys, Dexter Lawrence, who's the new acquisition by the Bengals from the Giants, is number 7. Zach Allen with the Denver Broncos, Milton Williams. Milton Williams was unblockable in the postseason. Should he be higher?
No.
Okay. Because he was unranked last year. I'm just asking.
There's just a guy that's
you watch postseason game. There's this thing that happens in sport.
You know what I'm going to say here. There's a guy that's left off this list that is it's an atrocity to the list, which makes me just throw away the list in itself.
He's not a Pittsburgh Steeler, is he?
Oh, he is a Pittsburgh
Steeler.
Is
he? Interesting. I'm shocked. I'm shocked to hear this. Here it is, me rubbing in the fact that a Seahawk is on top. You think that it is an atrocity that these guys are all on there. Who is the one you knock off of the list? Jordan Davis is number 10 on the list. So you have 2 Philadelphia Eagles on here. And you were trying to get another Pittsburgh player or another Pennsylvania, whatever state they're in, Pennsylvania in his place. Does he just swap out for number 10?
Who's at number 10?
Jordan Davis.
No, I like Jordan Davis.
Okay.
I keep that there. Probably Milton Williams gets cut off the list.
Milton Williams, again, you get into the postseason, you get more screen time the more games you play in. That guy was crushing offensive lines throughout that postseason. Not surprised that he's there. So that's a guy you replace him with. It's because it's Hayward, right? Is who you want?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Again, the guy that led the league in passes defended at the defensive tackle position. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
All right. Well,
that's the quarterback disruptor right there.
All right. We'll put nothing into the fact that he plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's only because he led the league in passes defense.
Yeah, he
on that
led the
position.
league
Right?
in an important stat for defensive
I'm
tackles.
ju-
I think that's
I am
that's worthy of
I
the
am
top 10.
I am just checking on you to make sure that you're okay. The list is by Jeremy Fowler, so if you want to go and check it out, if you care about the defensive tackles, this time of year it's kind of fun, but this is 100% your wheelhouse. You love ranking players, ranking positions, ranking all of this. So what we're going to do probably for the rest of July is we're going to be jumping on all these lists. So if you're listening and you've got guys that you are missing on any of these lists, we'd love to get as much interaction as we can from you, the listeners. So go to your text machine, go to the YouTube chats, hit us up, let us know what you think. The number 503-2GO-FAN, 503-864-6326.
Cam Hayward led in solo tackles, was 4th in assists,
Okay.
was 6th in forced fumbles, and was 25th in sacks, but he's a defensive tackle.
Yeah, defensive tackle is not a pass rushing position, and you're trying to stop the what? The run?
2nd in stops, 4th in batted passes. He had 5 batted passes.
Okay. So there you go. So you're just exaggerating things. You're trying to get your hometown guy up there.
Yeah,
And
he's top 5 in every stat, so why not?
I mean, go through, and look at the impact that he had in the postseason. And it's not going to be as much as
Most total
As
snaps
Mil-
of any
as Mi-
defensive tackle.
not the postseason
Most
compared to
snaps,
Milton. I'm just saying. That's because I don't have as much depth as you would like. Which is, how old is he?
38, I believe.
Yeah, definitely not as much depth as you would like. You don't want a 38-year-old leading the snaps category. But if they're impact,
That's actually where the Steelers have a lot of depth. If you actually don't remember, that they drafted 3 defensive tackles the year before in Derek Harmon out of Oregon.
then why is he playing? He just has that.
Because he leads in every stat
Well, yeah,
that
because he's out
matters.
there. Well, I'm just asking. But obviously, Jeremy Fowler doesn't agree with you. This is not my list. I mean, you can argue with me all you want. I don't have all of the fight in it.
Sorry, 37.
Okay. Here's something I need to tell you. Binary Brewing and The Fan have teamed up for the Only Fan IPA for a limited time. Taste the Fan with Binary Brewing's signature West Coast IPA. Go to Binary Brewing's Beaverton location and ask them about their Only Fan. So good, only The Fan and Binary Brewing could pull it off. So go taste The Fan, kids. Hey, want to get into a little bit of baseball here. Wild stat from the Cardinals. There's a player that just needs to be on another team, and a couple other conversations that we need to get into. So we will take a little break from football. We'll get back into it as we go through the bonus hour. Duck Insider back on August 1st, but for now you've got bonus hour of Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan. Bounce around the major leagues for a little bit here, and then we'll dive back into the anatomy of a Super Bowl champion. Bill Barnwell does these huge breakdowns. I never know what to make of all these numbers. It's just, let me pile on a bunch of data for you, but I do want to talk about what you think it takes to make a Super Bowl champion, because it's the fun thing of sport is, let's play GM. Let's go and figure it out. So we'll do that, and then, of course, we'll get to the top 100 players, and we'll see how it matches on your list. But where to start with Major League Baseball, just a handful of fun stories. One, Dodgers going back to the White House. This is one thing in sports that I wish was not politicized. Unfortunately, it is, and it has turned into a whole thing. Will they? Won't they? What's going to happen if they're going to go to... That always, when I was a kid, seemed like one of the coolest things. You win a championship, you get to go to the White House.
Have you ever been to the White House?
I've never been to the White House. I've been to Washington, D.C. I've been outside of the White House.
Have you always wanted to go?
It would always be cool to be a guest. Like going on a tour, very different, but being an invited guest to the White House would be awesome.
And again,
we were talking about this morning, Sprague and I. I think they must have had something on the show about if the Blazers won a championship, would you cry or something like that. I don't know exactly how the conversation got started, but I asked, would you go to the parade? And Sprague brought up the idea that if I could go as a media member and follow the parade and be on there talking about the parade and kind of be a part of it. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's, we've got pretty cool jobs here, and I've got some cool VIP experiences in my life, some behind-the-scenes stuff. I wasn't going to drive up to Seattle for a Super Bowl parade. I love downtown Seattle. I love being in Seattle. I love going to Seahawks games. I'm not a big parade guy. But you get access and then go to do something. So I think it's the difference between paying to be on a tour of the White House and actually being invited to go in there and really check things out. Or, if I'm fighting somebody on the lawn and I get to go change my underwear in the Oval Office, I'd probably do that too. So, yeah, it'd be cool to go to the White House, but to have a little, a ceremony, a celebration, especially to hang out with your team. Because in pro sports, you win a championship. We talked about this, yesterday, the day before. Seahawks, best retention, top 3 retention in the last however many years for Super Bowl champions. 86%. Mm-hmm. So you go on the little celebrity promo, congratulations tour. That's going to be a moment with that team. Next year's going to be different. Might only be 14%, might be 40%. You never know what the changes are going to be, especially by the time you get to the end of the year. So, yeah, going and celebrating with your team, being invited to the White House, get to hang out there, I think that would be awesome.
I just think the sentiment of it all has leaned away from being cool. And obviously,
well, that's what I mean.
It's the been politicized nature of it all, but I don't know. If I'm in their shoes, I'm still going because I think it's a great honor, and I think it'd be a very fun experience in itself.
Well, yeah, and you don't have to acknowledge any allegiance to whichever office or whichever party is in.
The only allegiance you got to align yourself is with the Dodgers.
Amen to that. I'm with it. So and it's difficult too because if you're in a team sport, teams make a decision. Everybody sits down and decides. If you're the one guy that wants to go, it's like, hey, they're throwing a party for us? Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. The nation's capital, the home of the president. We get to go and jump on a plane and go and hang out, and they're throwing a party for us in the freaking White House. Let's go. That's all it is.
It's pretty sweet.
All it is. How about this for pretty sweet? The Cardinals did something that only baseball nerds can really enjoy. Yesterday was Michael McGreevy's 26th birthday. Michael McGreevy is a pitcher for the Cardinals. He has lost 7 straight. Not doing great. He went out on his birthday and pitched a stellar 6 1/3. Cardinals get the win, and now they have extended the Major League record 13th consecutive win when their starting pitcher pitches on his birthday.
That's a really cool stat.
It's just ridiculous. That proves that you're a baseball fan. That is like the, Tony Romo has the most passing yards on Thanksgiving. Okay. Cowboys playing Thanksgiving.
That's a day that they play every year.
Totally. But this one is just it's like that. Like who knows? I could.
What was the record for the Thanksgiving? It was the Detroit Lions have the record for the most wins and losses on Thanksgiving Day.
Exactly. So this one to me is not quite that where it's obvious where you can find the solution. Who's digging that up?
That's pretty cool.
Who's digging that up?
That's pretty
Congratulations, cool. Baseball nerds. You happened to catch the day that Dylan Cease had yesterday?
I did.
Okay.
And I'm a little bummed out about it.
Oh, why is that?
Because did you not see was it Ramos that...
Yeah, that broke it up. That was not where
whoever broke it up for the Giants, they did a bat flip.
Yes, they did. Take that. There goes your no-hitter. It wasn't a perfect game.
That's a guy that gets pegged his next time around. That's a guy that takes one to the back, to the spinal, on his next go-around.
Yeah, I think I'm good with that. You can go that direction. Did you happen to catch the moment after the game where Dylan Cease had a little awkward moment?
No, I didn't.
So he goes into the dugout, and one of the dugout or stadium attendants is trying to help direct him to the interview that he has to do after the game. Post-game interview, I need you to go this way. Well, she's holding an iPhone in her hand, so she kind of points with her hand out with the iPhone. Oh, I need you to go this way.
And he just sat there thinking that was the interview?
No. He thought it was a selfie, so he just stops and poses. She puts one hand on his back, points with the phone, I need you to go that way, and then he poses, and she's just looking at him like, dude, no, you got to...
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
She's going to get beamed in the back, too. Watch out for that. Yeah, that one was pretty fantastic. Oh, we were talking home run derby.
Mm-hmm.
We've got now 5 participants in the home run derby. Do you know who all is hitting?
Rip them off for me.
So Junior Caminero, we knew. Ben Rice, your boy. Jack Caglione. Jacques Caglione, who yesterday had the hardest hit ball in baseball, 113 miles hour. I told you it's a ball very hard. Wilson Contreras of the Red Sox and Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals has been added.
I believe Jordan Walker will probably be the betting favorite.
Do you think so?
He's the largest guy up there.
Caminero, though, man. That guy rips the baseball.
Caminero's nice, but Jordan Walker's, 6'4", 260?
Ooh, how big is Caminero? He's not a small person. Now, all right, let's check sizes, shall we? All right, who's bigger? Caminero is... Oh, he's only 6'1".
Yep, 6'1", 220. Yeah, Jordan Walker's bigger.
How big is Jordan Walker? You were confirming that. I had my guy. I'm still taking Caminero. I don't care. That guy swings...
6'6", 250.
6'6".
Yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah, well, that's 5. I'm trying to think of how many guys you usually have in there. Is it 8?
Was it 12 last
12?
Last go around?
I don't know. They always do a bracket, so I'm not sure. We'll see. We've got 5 names so far.
If Jordan Walker's joining, I need Yordan Alvarez.
Yes.
Aaron Judge, get healthy. So
no, Aaron Judge
sit this one out.
Yeah.
Ben Rice, Giancarlo, if he can.
Well, you already got Ben Rice. Giancarlo, you're not getting Giancarlo.
Just give me a bunch of big bodies out there. Just hit a bunch of 500-footers.
What's the guy James Wood for the?
James Wood.
How tall is he for the Nationals? He's like 6'7", 6'8". Get Richie Sexton out of retirement. Get him out there just swinging. Prairie High School graduate.
He is 6'6", 234.
And how many home runs does he have right now? Get him out there. You know who's inching their way back? Your boy.
Oh, my boy's making a comeback.
Yeah, Munetake Murakami is almost back. If you get Mooney back, that's a guy that I would like to be.
James Woods has 25 jacks this year.
Get him in there.
Again, the guys that I want in this, Jordan Walker, Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, well, Schwarber should be in there.
Caminero and Ben Rice.
Okay.
James Wood, Matt Olson.
Oh, yeah. There's a good one. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't care who you put out there. The home run derby is always fun.
Give me Mooney.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I don't think that's going to happen. You don't come back. You might come back as soon as tomorrow, but I don't think you rush back to get into the home run derby.
Do you think we should start fan voting the home run derby?
Well, did you ever see that they had the home run derby where it started used to be like an exhibition that they would do in the offseason? It would just be like they'd show up to a town and just do a home run derby instead of playing a game. And it was like a regular TV show back in black and white days. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was like one of their parlor tricks on a barnstorm. They would just go out there like, watch how far we can hit this one to the moon.
I think I watched Yogi Berra compete in one where it was just him and another guy, and then they would just pan back to the announcer in the booth.
Yeah.
It's a weird look at it.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a look at the anatomy of a Super Bowl champion. We'll see what Casey thinks you need to do to put together a champion. It's been a while since they've done it in Pittsburgh. I mean, you were probably just a kid back then. I mean, you probably had no idea which way offense went and which way defense went back then.
I remember what the couch felt like.
I can remember what the couch felt like. You're a weird dude. I love it. We will talk about that next. But first, we'll walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what is going on.
First on the Fan, an update in the Tim Hardaway story. Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., he will wear Hardaway number 10. After, again, commemorating his father, after a long discussion with the family, I remember there was a article that came out a few weeks ago that Tim Hardaway Sr. said his son would not be wearing his jersey. Well, guess what? He has since backtracked that, and Tim Hardaway Jr. will wear the number 10 in Miami. The Heat formally introduced part of the family Wednesday with the 34-year-old Hardaway getting his welcome back to Miami news conference and getting handed the number 10 Heat jersey. Only this one has Junior on the back and not Senior.
I hope that his dad told him, no, I will never let you have that, knowing the entire time that he would. Like, that would be the way to do it. Just surprise him with it. I think that would be the way to do it.
I love Pat Riley's reaction to it all, because Pat Riley is quoted saying, "This is really bizarre." Because I think Pat Riley, he definitely is in that old guard of, what is his son taking his number for? The jersey's already retired.
Yeah, okay, but remember, I don't know if you would remember this, Jerry Rice played in Seattle at like 43 years old. What number did he wear?
88? 84?
He wore number 80. Okay. Steve Largent, tip of the cap, went, go for it, man. Go for it. You're 43. We're not going to retire your number in Seattle. You're not going to have another 8-year career where we have to retire your number. You're the greatest. I had a pretty good run, but you passed all of my numbers, dude. Here, hats off. I think it's your son. You do it for a legend. I don't think it's weird when somebody gives permission. It's weird when somebody shows up as a rookie and asks for permission, but here's a pretty obvious reason why you get to wear that number.
But do you think of the number 80 every time? Do you think of Steve Largent every time you see or think of 80 in a Seattle jersey?
Well, yeah, of course. There's a. If you go to a Seattle game,
think of Jerry Rice.
That's what I'm saying. But Jerry Rice was number 80 his entire career with the Niners and with the Raiders, and so he's always number 80. So he didn't want to change his number. So when he goes to Seattle, he asked permission. Steve Largent went, "Yeah, dude, go for it."
And what does Michael Irving say? I let everyone wear 88 every weekend because if they make a good play, they say, he looks like Michael Irving. If he makes a bad play, they say, Michael Irving would have got that.
There you go. Works for me.
And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
All right, so every once in a while I like to nerd out, and Bill Barnwell put out a piece on ESPN where he breaks down what it takes to build a roster for a Super Bowl. Have you had a chance to take a look at this, Casey? I don't know if you saw it on ESPN.com.
No, not yet.
All right, so what he did was in 2011, they kind of made a new, they had a new collective bargaining agreement that made an impact on the league after the 2010 Super Bowl, where the average age was 27.7. Teams have gotten younger that have made it to the Super Bowls in the new collective bargaining agreement because it's harder to figure out how to shake up your roster. So what he did was actually goes position by position over the last 15 years. So a total of 30 eligible players at each position, and went through how many of those guys were taken in the draft, trade, free agency, picked up on waivers, done all of that, and then broke them down by who was a high first-round pick, who was mid-round first-round picks, so on and so forth. So what I've got basically the breakdown for every position. Now we'll take a look at the offensive line kind of as a whole. He's got his guards all lumped together. But we'll start with the quarterback position because obviously the most important position on the field. So there's been 15 Super Bowls. That means 30 Super Bowl teams playing for the Lombardi Trophy. How many of the possible 30 players do you think were high first-round picks? That seems to be the mode, like when we get into draft day, right? Like, you got to take a quarterback. You got a high pick. You got to fix your quarterback problem right there. How many of them have been high first-round picks?
15?
12. Just 12. So it's actually below half. There was one mid-round first pick. There was 5 day 2 picks and 3 day 3 picks. There were 2 trades, one big trade, one medium trade. And then you have 4, the big trade, Matthew Stafford, the medium trade, I assume is Sam Darnold. It doesn't lay it out in here, though, so I know who everybody is. And then you have 4 free agents. So you've got guys that went and signed with free agent. One of those would I'm sure be Tom Brady, who left to go and play for Tampa Bay. But I don't have the list of who all these players are, which would kind of be nice, Bill. If you're going to put this whole stupid thing together, maybe you go and do that. But he didn't, so we can make assumptions based on that. All right, let's go to the running back position. First of all, any questions on the quarterback? I want to make sure that kind of makes sense to you.
No, I'm all here for it.
You like this?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
All right, I want to make sure you're locked in. Running backs, how many teams drafted their lead back on their way to the Super Bowl?
I'm going to guess 4.
Drafted them at all?
Drafted their
18.
lead running back?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, their main running back. 18 were drafted. Only one high first round pick.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking you were thinking of high draft.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, to draft them at all. So you've got one high first round pick, 2 mid first round picks, 2 late first round picks. So that gives you 5. So first round picks, there's only 5 of them there. 6 day 2 picks and 3 day 3 picks. The trade, only 4 of them traded, 8 of them in free agency. So free agent pickup for a running back is not going to be necessarily a bad thing, but the trade was not as big a deal. Kind of same thing with the quarterback. If you've got somebody that's great, you're not going to be trading them.
Mm-hmm. I really wish you had the players on here as well.
Yeah, so do I. But going through 30 players too is going to make it a little bit more cumbersome. How about this? Your difference between your lead wide receiver and your second wide receiver. How many teams drafted their lead wide receiver?
I've got the article pulled up now.
Okay, so you're taking a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 20 lead wide receivers were drafted, only 12 second wide receivers. So that's where you can find a lot of value going out that 17 of the second wide receiver, free agency. So if you're going out in free agency and you're looking at who you're going to go and add onto your team, adding that second wide receiver is a big place to find value. Guys that used to be number ones that no longer are. I don't know if Mike Evans will be a number 1 wide receiver in San Francisco. He's certainly got the talent for it. I'd have to look a little closer at the roster and figure out what you're going to do with, who's your lead dog or whatever there.
Got a guy like Michael Pittman.
You go out and you get these guys, right? I mean, that's something that when you look at the anatomy of a team, it does make sense. Going and then looking at, 4 high first-round picks, 6 late first-round picks, so 10 of the lead wide receivers being drafted in the high first round. Only 6 trades, only 4 in free agency for your number 1 wide receiver. So if you're looking for a number 1 wide receiver, it will not be in the draft. Fascinating. Linemen. Oh, let's go tight ends first. Your tight end, the draft, 23 of the 30 drafted. You get a good tight end, man. You don't let him go. 4 in free agency, 3 in trades. Kind of interesting. Add a little color if you feel like it.
I like it. I look at the list and it makes sense to me. I think of Super Bowl teams, okay. Even my Steelers got a guy like Heath Miller. Okay, go back in history, okay. All right, Travis Kelce. Again, you have George Kittle, Rob Gronkowski.
Yep.
Again, these are all guys that were drafted and developed with the offense and the organization.
More important to get an edge rusher or a defensive tackle in the draft?
I'm going to go with edge rusher.
D-tackle. 18 edge rushers, 18 lead edge rushers. Only 11 second edge rushers were actually drafted by the team. Plenty of those picked up in free agency or by trade. There's a couple where the second edge rusher was actually picked up either on waivers or franchise tagged or others. So going out and finding those guys is actually a little bit easier. 24 of the 30 teams took their lead defensive tackle in the draft. 19 of the second defensive tackles taken in the draft. For your second D tackle, you can get a lot more value in free agency, but that's not really the easiest way to do it. You have to draft your off-the-ball linebackers, too. That makes it pretty clear. 42 of the 60 off-ball linebackers. Cornerback is a little bit more up in the air. So assuming you have 2 corners on each side, they kind of put 60 on here. Only 29 of those drafted. So less than half of your cornerbacks drafted, and that's somewhere you can go and find value. But defensive tackle, I mean, that's something that we've been talking about, right, for days. Jeffrey Simmons is your number 1 guy. We got the list this morning. A defensive tackle position, you just have to be built so unique And then you have to be able to put up like the technique that they have in on the inside to take on a double team. Like that's why Aaron Donald was so unbelievable, was going back and watching a guy that didn't look like what you would think is just a big body.
Get a guy that would be getting triple teamed and still finding ways to get pressure.
But not the biggest, not the tallest, not the longest. He was just this compact ball of fury, but his technique, and I'm not the expert, technique was apparently flawless. And that's the thing about Myles Garrett that makes him so interesting is not only is he that tall, lean edge rusher, which is you can kind of see an edge rusher when you walk into a building, right? Like that's your edge. There's a lot of different shapes. I mean, look at the Seahawks. Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams are two very different shapes. But you have to play that position with such technique that it is. There's a handful of different techniques. The article that I read about Myles Garrett when he got traded, there's 7 different pass rush techniques that if you master one of them, you can be successful.
And he's good at all 7.
No, he's great at all 7. He's not good.
He's great.
He is great at all 7. Unlike cornerbacks where you can go out and find more guys, safety a little bit harder to find. Assuming you have 2 safeties on there, just a little bit harder. But yeah, it just goes to, like, if you're interested in all this stuff, go and look at the article and you can read through the whole thing. It does a kind of a deep dive into the way the last 2 teams were built, but you have to draft and develop more than you did even in years past in the NFL because of the way the salary cap is set up, because of the way the CBA is set up. So, in some sports where we look at it, like the NBA draft just passed. I mean, we got the Major League Baseball draft, and call me in 5 years, call me 10 years, and let me know how that went. And all those guys are going to be traded 12 times. Luis Castillo was pitching the other day, and I'm listening to the radio broadcast. He was traded twice from the Miami Marlins in like 2 days because the trade, somebody was injured on the trade, so they got him back and traded him right away to Cincinnati. He was traded for Josh Naylor at one point. So baseball, good luck. But man, the NFL draft, you wonder why 80,000 people showed up to downtown Pittsburgh. Here's Bill Barnwell giving you a breakdown of all the stats. Maybe that was boring. I apologize if it was. I find it kind of fascinating the way that we do this because we sit around and we try to play GM all the time. Football, you would think, would be one of the hardest ones to figure out and be that sideline GM. I think it's a lot easier than basketball.
I think so, too.
I think it's a lot easier than baseball. I think it's a lot easier than really anything else you're looking at because you have all of these guys. I know that Nick Emanwari is kind of in that Kyle Hamilton and a few other guys that kind of starting to play positionless defense. Those guys that are fast enough and big enough that they can go and be pass rushers and all of that. But there is still a pretty clear framework, and that's why when you make these coaching hires, which is the other thing we've been talking about a lot this week, is how do you maximize the talent you have and figure out ways to do something that somebody hasn't seen. It's the ultimate game of chess. And it's a blast. So
I like this article because if I'm a GM right now, I look at this article and I go, all right, now based off of my team necessities and based off of my fit that I need, where can I go draft for next year?
Well, yeah, where
can I go find options elsewhere?
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you're looking at it and going, all right, I got an edge rusher, I got a defensive tackle, which is more rare, which is more coveted by the league. And I think that's really what it shows is if a guy that has been drafted ends up, sticking with the roster to be a Super Bowl team or makes an immediate impact, because that's the other thing with not having all the names. And my brain immediately wants to do the deeper dive. Because how many of those D tackles are young? How many of them are guys that have been with the franchise for a long time? And
I want to know what the age of these players were when they won the Super Bowl.
Well, sure. Well, and what's the age of the guys traded, picked up in free agency? Obviously, anybody in free agency has already gone through a contract cycle, so they're going to be in the league at least for 4 years before they become a free agent, right? If you're drafted, you have a 4-year window, unless you're an undrafted free agent. So those guys are naturally going to be older, but going and getting an older second receiver, what's the makeup of those guys? I'd love to see that list of the 17 second wide receivers and how many of those guys were number ones for a little while on a bad team and then went to a good team and made immediate impact and made it different. Anyways, we go on to our list of the top 100 players. Casey is comparing his list. We've been doing this kind of all week, so we will take a look and see who the next 2 players are on the list and how young lowercase did to match us. We'll wrap up Happy Hour next. You're listening to 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network. That's right. It is the Fan Happy Hour. Thanks for joining us. Bet365 presents Odyssey Sports Midsummer Baseball Showcase Special from Philadelphia, Monday, July 13th at 7 p.m. following prime time. So if you're as excited for All-Star Weekend as Odyssey is, you should jump on that, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, we're going to continue with the NFL. Got a countdown of the top 100 players. Does anybody else out there, 503-864-6326, is anybody else out there playing this fantasy football where you're picking all your defensive players individually? Brandon Sprague said he did it, and it was exhausting. Casey, you're all in on this, probably because you're too young to, have kids or family or, better things to do with your life.
Very fair.
But how big is your league?
8 teams.
8 teams? Okay.
8 teams, yeah. It's my family league.
Is it oh, well, there you go. That goes out the window because your family obviously had kids, and so it was just a way to trap you guys in the web.
No, this is something we've been doing for, I think we're on year 10 now? Year 10 or 11.
Explains a lot about you. All right, well, have you looked at the list already?
I have.
You were always sneaking ahead.
I just took a look at it.
I know, but you can't wait. Your anticipation gets ahead of you all of the time.
It does. That and the tab is just open here when I open this computer.
All right. Well, next time we'll do it with a little more secrecy. I would appreciate that very much. This running back played in 15 games, 234 attempts, 929 yards, 4 yards per carry, 13 rushing TDs, another 36 receptions for 282 yards. 1 receiving TD, only 3 fumbles. Green Bay Packers, Josh Jacobs at number 74. How do you feel about that name at that spot?
I really like Josh Jacobs as a player. I left him off of this list because of the controversy keeping him off the field probably in the near future.
Do I know the controversy?
You should.
Oh, well, tell me.
Josh Jacobs was recently...
Was he arrested?
Yeah,
that'll slow things down.
Yeah, so it was more of I wanted to keep him off of the list because of the controversy surrounding him at the moment.
Well, there's enough players that are voting on this that probably aren't aware of that or don't care about that. So, unfortunately, Green Bay without the 74 best player according to NFL players. And then we will go to defensive end. Denver Broncos, 17 games, 38 tackles, 4 for loss, 7 sacks, 47 QB hits. Zach Allen of the Denver Broncos. You already said that your defensive tackle list was pretty tight. How about defensive ends? You got this one right?
Nailed this one.
To the number?
Exactly.
You can put it on the board.
That's my second one, folks.
All right.
That's Budda Baker and Zach Allen.
When we get to the top, you should be more accurate, too. Down here in the 70s. I mean, there's a lot of variables the lower down the list you go.
But I had Zach Allen as the 7th best defensive tackle in all of football, just ahead of Quinnen Williams on my list. So my top 10 list was Jeff Simmons, Chris Jones, Cam Hayward, Dexter Lawrence, Jordan Davis, Leonard Williams, Zach Allen, Quinnen Williams, DeForest Buckner, Derek Brown.
Yeah.
The only person I left off of that list and the only person that Jeremy Fowler left off of his list, Milton Williams to my Cam Hayward.
Well, there you go. You're so smart and so handsome.
I feel good about that one.
As you should. Let's get into the regular shenanigans that are happy hour. We will do it next. It is 105.1 The Fan.
from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Coco Gauff had her Wimbledon run cut short in an intense tiebreaker early this morning. As Karolina Muchova, she took home the semifinal victory to advance to the Wimbledon finals, becoming the fourth Czech woman in the past 6 years to reach the championship match. Muchova will face off against Linda Noskova in the women's Wimbledon final this Saturday. Over to the World Cup as France and Morocco, they kicked things off moments ago as we are still scoreless in, as we just entered the halftime mark. The winner of today's match will face off against the winner of tomorrow's contest as Spain will take on Belgium tomorrow at noon. Some NBA news for you. According to Shams Charania, as Jordan Clarkson has agreed to a 1-year, $3.9 million deal to return to the New York Knicks. If you missed it last night, Mo Bamba has agreed to a 2-year deal to return to the Jazz, and the Denver Nuggets are waiving veteran center Jonas Valanciunas as he is expected to see interest from multiple NBA teams. And finally, over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire are back in action tonight hosting the Las Vegas Aces inside the Moda Center. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
Happy Fashion Day, all you beautiful radio listeners. Thanks for dropping in for our little happy hour, or if you joined us for the bonus hour, thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, here's a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. YouTubers, feel free to hit us up on the chat. If you're listening on the radio through 105.1 The Fan FM or 1080 AM or online at 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or you asked your smart speaker to give you some fashion advice, and this is what you got. Use the Fan text line, 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Use it. Use it to share your thoughts. Use it to ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. What are the best-looking uniforms in sports? Lowercase, it's Fashion Day. You're not allowed to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers or the New York Yankees. What are your favorite uniforms? We're not allowed to talk college either because we don't do that on this show.
Well, I won't say the Phillies or the White Sox because they're pretty much the same as the Yankees. But I really do love the Miami unis.
The Miami
Marlins.
The black.
Marlins, the black unis have always looked nice to me.
See, we have somebody that's upset. Didn't we have somebody in here the other day that was upset that they took the fish off, the F and the fish, and the Florida Marlins versus the Miami Marlins?
Yep.
Oh, that's an interesting one for me. I've looked at a bunch of different lists. And there's so many different uniform combinations that they have, especially with the NBA and their City Connect uniforms and going out and finding those. I don't know if I went through by sport if I could pick one. What I really like in baseball, you talk about the Phillies looking like the Yankees with their red pinstripes and doing all that. The Phillies' old blue unis with the dark maroon
with that kind of just the weird looking P.
Yeah, well, no weird. It was like a little bit of a spiral. It was that is one that I've always liked in baseball. Dodgers always look pretty good to me. I'm a big fan of just the boys in blue look really good. I mean, if you're looking for somebody that looks a lot like another team, the Royals blue looks good too. But one of the things that I jumped onto here, this was something done by ESPN, I don't know how long ago, but they ranked the best dressed sports cities.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've always been jealous of Pittsburgh. And they're gold and black, yellow and black with all their sports, Penguins, Pirates, and the Steelers. But Seattle has come so close to it, but has actively decided that everybody gets a different green and everybody gets a different blue. Sonics will come back, and they're not going to have any of that color scheme, so it's all going to fall apart anyways. But when the Kraken came in, I just wish, like, for the alternate uniforms, Seahawks just won the championship. If the Mariners want to sell a bunch of jerseys, just show up and have that action green on, like, the whatever Murder Navy or whatever the hell they call it.
If you remember,
and the wolf gray.
The Seahawks alternate unis this year were the gray ones that looked like Oregon Ducks.
Well, they kind of did, but the wolf gray was also a nod. They've worn that color. But what really got it was the helmet, the shine on the helmet.
The shine on the helmet
and the shoulders.
Decals,
yeah, that's really what did it. But it still stuck to at least their color palette. But here's the crazy thing. Do you know what city? It's not Pittsburgh. What city do you think ESPN ranked as the best dressed city?
Do I want to say Memphis? Or sorry, not Memphis. Miami.
It's Memphis.
I'm looking at a throwback of these Memphis Grizzlies jerseys. But
it is not Miami. Where do we got? Let's see if I can find Miami on this list. Miami all the way down at number 12. So you got the New Marlins, Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins have a very good look.
And these are
the
big
Heat.
We're thinking Big Four.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know that they have to have all four of the big four, but yeah, Dolphins, Heat, Panthers. Panthers are okay. Heat have a good look, but yeah, they're all the way down at number 12.
Give it to me. I can't think of it.
They put Boston 1.
Yuck.
Totally.
Yuck.
Celtics, good, great, clean look. The Red Sox, it's classic.
The high Red Sox, no.
Yeah, but it doesn't stand out to me. The Red Sox don't do anything. The bead's cool, it's fine, whatever. It's classic. They haven't changed it much, but it doesn't stand out. It doesn't do anything for me.
And the Bruins are the same colors as the Penguins.
Yeah, which is weird. And the Patriots uniforms are terrible. I mean, let's be honest. The Patriots are awful.
They've never been good.
They've never been good. Like when you throw back to Pat the Patriot with snapping the football through his legs, and it's an improvement.
Maybe their all white jerseys are their only good ones. Yeah, the white helmets with the little figure on the side. Yeah, those are the only acceptable ones.
I did not hate the. What did they call them this year? It's the same thing the Seahawks did. It's not Color Rush, but whatever their rivalry uniforms. Yeah. I didn't hate those. They did kind of a denim blue. I thought it kind of made sense with that. I would put number 3, maybe even swap them. Pittsburgh I love just because they have the same color palette. That's always been cool. Mm-hmm. But dude, Chicago, pretty hard to beat.
Chicago's got pretty good ones.
Bulls, Blackhawks, Bears.
I don't like Bears unis.
You don't like the Bears unis?
I like the orange. I don't.
The Old Navy. That to me is a classic, clean look. That looks really good. And then you get both the White Sox and the Cubbies. It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
They've got them at number 3. Philadelphia.
A lot of pinstripes to go around there.
Yeah, Philadelphia is number 4 on the list. The Sixers, fine, whatever. The Flyers, I do like the Flyers. You add gritty into that, I'll take that.
Okay.
Eagles, go back to the Kelly green. I just whatever they're rolling out there as their new green, no thanks.
They have a lot of bad jerseys.
Yeah.
They have a lot. If you remember the Kevin Cobb blue and yellow ones, they have some really
any of the alternate ones. But you just go back to the Randall Cunningham, Kelly green, that was always a good look. 5 on the list is San Francisco. How do we feel about Wow, they don't have the A's anymore, and they don't have the Raiders anymore. You got the San Jose Sharks, 49ers, Warriors, and the Giants.
No,
not at all.
I don't like those at all. I think the Giants of those teams have the best unis, and
and
that's the Beaver in me just sticking up,
just popping out. All right, well, hey, listen, text in your favorite uniforms of past, present, and beyond. What do you think of where would you put the Blazers uniforms in your hierarchy of great jerseys?
I'd put them up there.
Is there one style that stands out?
The white with the Rip City vertical.
Oh, the old school.
The old school, with the Rip City going vertical up the side of the trim.
Anything that has the sash across it, I think, is the look that I like on the Blazers. I mean, I think that's the way to go. But man, the NBA has just changed so many uniforms.
The NBA has by far the best uniforms.
Unless you go back to the era where they tried to wear those Adidas with sleeves.
Yeah, that
might have been one of them. That was as bad or worse when the White Sox tried to have collars out there and Chris Sale cut his off.
Old Pistons uniforms are really good.
Yep,
Vancouver
classic.
Grizzlies uniforms.
When you say old Pistons, are you talking about the Grant Hill?
I'm talking about Grant Hill in the red.
No,
not in the teal, in the red.
Okay, but that's a classic look that they wear that. That's a primary uniform now. But yeah, they have that little arrow where they put the stallion with the Pistons coming out of it.
But I think my favorite NBA jersey of all time, it's that Raptors purple.
Really?
That Raptors purple looks crispy, and it holds up over time.
Yeah, the challenge I have with the NBA is just there's just been so much alteration in it. Like the green in the Celtics has always been pretty classic. That's just a good, clean look. The Miami Heat always have a pretty good look, too.
Their all whites might be my favorite.
They're all blacks. Look pretty good, too.
Pretty good, too.
Yeah, the Heat is a pretty good one on there. All right, let's do some In Case You Missed It, shall we?
Let's do it.
In case you missed it, Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeves secured her 380th career regular season win and is now the WNBA's all-time wins leader. That's actually 47 more wins than Bill Belichick. And the only help that Reeve got from Sean Payton was the idea to implement her own WNBA version of Bountygate. That's all she needed. He didn't have to step down. He didn't have to do anything. It's great. In case you missed it, San Antonio Spurs play-by-play announcer Jacob Toby was reportedly fired after his ex-girlfriend allegedly gained access to his social media accounts to post explosive infidelity claims publicly. Apparently, his ex was told about the affair by the neighbors who could hear him calling play-by-play of the events through his apartment walls. Welcome, everybody, to an exciting night of infidelity. Toby looking to for penetration here. Oh, looks like blown coverage on that last play. Sounds like the NBA has more than just players to worry about to fix this load management problem. Am I right? Hello. So stupid. In case you missed it, Miami native Tim Hardaway Jr. was formally introduced by the Heat, receiving special family permission to unretire and wear his father's number 10 jersey. That's really cool. To really lean into the father-son nostalgia, I think the Heat should make him wear a jersey that's 3 sizes too big, and every time he gets the ball, they should have the PA announcer yell, "You'll never live up to your dad's crossover." I think just really drive home. In case you missed it, in other jersey news, a jersey worn by Jalen Brunson during Game 1 of the 2026 NBA Finals was sold for a record-breaking $1.024 million at Sotheby's. Wouldn't you feel ripped off if you spent $1 million on an NBA jersey and it showed up in a child's size small? Wouldn't that be disappointing? Like you'd think you'd get more fabric if you're gonna do, like if no. Okay. And finally, in case you missed it, Fox is reportedly furious that English-speaking soccer fans are abandoning their World Cup broadcast in favor of Telemundo's Spanish coverage on Peacock. Look on the bright side, Fox. Any non-English-speaking viewers shouldn't leave because they have no idea how dumb Alexi Lawless really is, so they should stick around. It's only the people that can hear how dumb it is. And after weeks of Fox experts insisting that the U.S. men's team actually had a shot to win this tournament, count me among the fans who wish they had watched the broadcast in a language they couldn't understand rather than the English one that actively made me more not smarter. That would be... No! Oh! More not smart...
You had a perfect game going.
I did, too. Almost got through it. That's all we can hope for, is to try to do our best. All right, an all-check final for women's Wimbledon, excuse me. A late retirement number in Washington. And what is the latest on what else? Oh, what's going on with Santa Claus in the middle of the summer? We have all of that and more in the Daily Buzz. We do it next. It's Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest question.
Well, the Mariners lose. All right, moving on from that as quickly as we possibly can. Your favorite, Coco Gauff, unfortunately, was outlasted by Carolina Muchova, and the Wimbledon final on the women's side will be against Linda Noskova. It will be an all-Czech final. We couldn't get our American in there to get the win. I believe we have matches tomorrow on the men's side. The Buzz. The Commanders are retiring the number 44 for Hall of Famer John Riggins. I didn't realize that John Riggins only spent 8 of his 15 seasons in Washington. But, dude, come on. Why are you taking this long? The man is 76 years old. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1992. It took you this long to figure out that he was valuable to your franchise. Are we serious?
Do we remember the Sean Taylor... the way that they honored Sean Taylor with a shrine?
Yeah, that was...
Washington's just doing it wrong again.
They were the Redskins for most of their existence. So, yeah, I think that's a fair point. But at least worth bringing to people's attention that they are finally getting it right, just very, very, very late. The Buzz. Next, we're going to re-sign Jordan Clarkson to a 1-year, $3.9 million deal. How do we feel about Jordan Clarkson as just a nice additional piece to a championship roster?
He's just a good ball handler for them, allow them to let Jalen Brunson rest, and
good solid player. I always like Jordan Clarkson's look. I don't know if you remember in Utah when he got mistaken for a fan, and they were interviewing like, "What do you think of the team right now?"
So what's your name?
Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson.
He even says his name. Interview. Still one of my favorite things ever. So if I see a headline about Jordan Clarkson, we have to bring it up. The Buzz. Well, butt fumble, still waiting to be prosecuted or I guess awaiting trial. Mark Sanchez's criminal trial has been delayed for a 5th time, now rescheduled for September. Of course, this goes back to a drunken knife fight in the alleyway.
What does it keep getting delayed for?
I couldn't tell you why. The case just continues to drag out. Incredibly prolonged legal limbo for the quarterback. I don't have a good reason why it is, but yes, again, the fifth delay was originally slated to be happening just a few days from now, but now looking like September. But still one of the crazier stories. Again, one of those things that I don't really have a lot of news on it. I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it other than worth bringing up to know that one of your top analysts for Fox Sports got in a knife fight before a game. I mean, just insane story. The Buzz. Well, Mike Trout is back from the injured list just in time for the All-Star game. And what did he do last night on his return? Nice little 2-run homer. Also worth pointing out, the 15th anniversary of his original Major League call-up. How about Mike Trout? Like, just go out and have a year. Way to be committed to a franchise that has never done anything for you, but a nice little bounce back from the injury list, and I believe is planning to take part in some All-Star festivities, which he's earned with a really nice year coming off of injuries last year. So I would like to see him stay healthy for a long time. He's ton of fun to watch play, except for when he's playing against the Mariners. I mean, just take a day of rest. That way you can stay healthy would be what I would recommend. Just take, a series off every time Seattle's in town. The Buzz. Happen to catch what your boy PCA did?
No, I didn't.
Well, just had nice little 2-home run day yesterday, which put him at the fastest mark to 2020 ever in the franchise's history, breaking his own record. Just 92 games to get to 2020 in the 2026 season. Just absolutely crushing it. Over the last 8 games, hitting .864 is not too bad, with a 583 on base and slugging .929 over the last 8 games. A little dip in the middle of the season for your mom's favorite player. and I don't say that to everybody listening. It happens to be Casey's mom's favorite player, but just absolutely lighting it up as of late. Do we put too much, not enough, or the appropriate amount of weight on 20-20, 30-30? Speed has become less important, it feels like, in baseball, and base stealing a little less so, but man, the way it just messes with a team when you're good on the base paths, I think, if anything, we maybe give it a little too little credit. What do you think?
I think we give it not enough credit.
Yeah. Yep. So, okay. You and I are saying the same things two different ways.
When the best player in baseball had 40 steals last year and 40 home runs, it's a pretty important stat.
Yeah. Well, did Shohei Ohtani hit 50-50?
I believe he did.
Yeah. And he's also a pitcher. It's fairly impactful. 20-20 in just 92 games. Not a bad little stretch of baseball for Pete Crow Armstrong.
The Buzz.
You ever plan a vacation where you might die on purpose?
No.
Running of the Bulls happening in Pamplona. Ooh, I can say that. If you are not familiar, people go to a festival, the historic San Fermin Festival. This year will be the celebration not just of the running of the Bulls, but the 100th anniversary of Ernest Hemingway's novel, The Sun Also Rises, which is credited for bringing worldwide fame to the event. Have you ever read the book?
No, I haven't.
Pretty good read.
I bet it's a good read.
Yeah, it's very good.
Hemingway doesn't do a lot of things very poorly.
Yeah, but it kind of gives you an idea of what is going on at the festival. This is actually one of those things that I've always kind of wanted to see. They do the big tomato fight somewhere in Spain as well. Less appealing, but yeah, going and seeing the running of the Bulls. At this age, I'm not running. Once upon a time, it would have been great. But yeah, at this point, if I can be a spectator and get one of those balcony spots to kind of see the running of the Bulls up close and personal, would be pretty cool. I know that not everybody appreciates animal cruelty and all the things. Whatever.
This is my favorite part of the invention of meta glasses. If you haven't seen any if you haven't seen any of the videos that have come out on social media so far,
is it people running?
People running.
Wearing the glasses.
Meta glasses on, so you get the POV version of the running of the Bulls.
I might
it's pretty cool.
I might have to go and watch that. Yeah, once upon a time, that was something that I wanted to go and do. The book, very good. If you've never read Ernest Hemingway, and if you want to go to Pamplona, what's the most dangerous thing you've ever done on vacation?
I don't think I can tell that here. I've done a lot of dangerous things in my life that I'm not proud of.
Okay, so we're talking stupid things that ended up being dangerous unintentionally?
Yeah.
If you get a chance, if you're ever in Oahu, we have done both the cage dive and the non-cage dive with sharks off the north shore of Oahu. Awesome.
Count me out.
Oh, so cool.
Let me jump into the sharks element and let me see how I can fend for it.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you the trick.
I've seen the sharks get inside the cage. I'm out.
Yeah, the free dive better without the cage is better, and all you have to do is stay above them in the depth of the water. So if you are on top, you are the apex. You are showing your domination. So if you're diving down, to get closer to the sharks and they start to rise, you got to rise a little quicker than them. That was the only instruction that we got. There was a 100% safety rating on the boat that we went on. I was the only one in the group that could really dive down below the surface consistently and do it well. So almost every picture, and we ended up getting a video of the actual event, almost everyone looked like I had a private shark dive that was absolutely epic. But if you ever get a chance to do that, I would highly recommend it. I don't think there's a 100% safety rating on the running of the Bulls, so do that.
I doubt it.
No, there's definitely not. I could say in 100 years of fame that it's had, I'm sure there's been more than a few. You watch the videos, people getting gored.
I've also seen Johnny Knoxville do it a bunch of times.
There you have it.
It's the same every time. It's still cool.
And finally,
The
Buzz. If you have children in the car with you, you may want to turn down the radio just for a moment when we talk about this next story. Thank you. It's not graphic. The World Santa Congress is being held in Denmark. Dozens of professional Santa Clauses, Mrs. Clauses, and elves have gathered in Aalborg, Denmark for the annual Midsummer World Santa Claus Congress. Picture hundreds of Santas meeting at the 70-year-old convention to swap stories, compare beards, and participate in gingerbread eating contests. When you become an old man, do you have any desire to be a Santa Claus professionally?
Not even a little bit.
My dad is getting close. He's got the big gray beard. He's still got a little bit of brown in it, but he has grown his beard quite large and his hair quite long. I think my father is turning into a Santa Claus.
It's better than my father. My father's turning into Uncle Phil.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. If you turn down your radio, turn it up right now, and we will take a walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. See Smith.
This sports update is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurants. Mixed place like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island. Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, a World Cup update for you as France has taken the lead here in the 60th minute with a goal from Kylian Mbappe.
Who?
Kylian Mbappe.
Who?
The guy who keeps doing it again.
He's pretty good.
Well, France has a live win probability in 90 minutes of 85% compared to Morocco's 2%. It looks like France might start running away with this one as they are driving their way towards the goal as we speak.
Well, I don't have my guy out there. Sabari not out there. I had Morocco in this game. He'd be making a difference right now. We'll still hold out hope that my team from Northern Africa can get the win. That's all I can do.
And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon
All right, well, we were going to have a guest. What exactly happened with this, Casey?
Had an allergic reaction.
Allergic reaction? Okay, this was never meant to be punitive, okay? The whole idea of Take Your Pick was every Thursday. It's kind of built around the NFL season. You have Thursday Night Football, and then we go on from there. Now, of course, as soon as we decide we're going to do Thursday nights, then the NFL goes, we're going to start the season on a Wednesday. But the original idea was that we would do a little pick-em where you could put your money where your mouth was, and if you win, you can come onto the station, and you can talk trash to everybody else that stinks at picking games. You can tell them how smart you are. You can come on here. We can just tell stories. My sister won a few weeks ago. We just told stories. Whatever. The whole idea is if you go to @FanHappyHour, if you go to my personal Facebook page, you can find the link. If you play every week, I'll send you the link. And you can play Take Your Pick along with Casey and I and go head-to-head. And then, if you win, you get invited on. Justin McLean wins last week. He has an allergic reaction and can't make it on. We had a few weeks ago, a guy had a heart problem. I ended up running into him, and he's fine, but we've had issues. We're not trying to kill people. I didn't mean to make this a curse, so we'd love to have you on. Please don't die. Hopefully the allergic reaction and everything is okay. Justin, we're sending out good thoughts your direction. But yeah, we'd love to have you join us if you can do it. So go to @FanHappyHour on X and join along with us. We'll take a look at some of the weekend series that we find interesting across baseball, and we will make our picks as we go through. Phillies have been on a bit of a tear. Tigers, I'm still waiting to see if the Tigers are going to make a push. A couple years ago, Tigers decided to sell at the trade deadline. We're like 3 weeks away from the trade deadline, something like that?
Yep.
They decided to sell, then they make a push to the postseason. Last year, they kind of go all in, and they end up flailing at the end of the season. This year, they're talking about trading Tarek Skubal, but they've been better lately. They're hosting Philly. Who do you like in this series? Philadelphia was awful to start the season, but between Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, they've been killing it lately.
The Phillies are on a roll right now, so I got to take Phillies.
All right. I'll take Detroit just to go the opposite direction of you because I don't trust your judgment. When was the last time you won this thing?
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, same.
It's been a while.
Same. I keep wanting the Pirates to be the best team in the National League Central. The Brewers keep proving again and again, year after year, that they are the best team in the National League. Who are National League Central? Who are you taking? Pirates hosting the Brewers.
As much as I want to support the Pirates, I'll take the Brew Crew. Take the
Brew Crew. All right, well, I'll take the Pirates then. I mean, this is very easy. Really, if you don't like to play along at home, just pick against Casey is probably the smartest thing that you can do. We'll see how well it works out for me. All right. Nationals have fallen off a little bit from the start that they were on, where they were going to lead the league in both runs scored and runs against. They still have scored 508 runs this season so far. They've given up 497. Boy, that's exactly what the Yankees need right now is some runs.
5-15 in their last 20 games.
They have been terrible. They did get a win yesterday, so at least they've got that going for them. Are you going to take them to win a series against the Washington Nationals? Because you know that I'm not.
I have to.
No, you don't.
I have to.
You do not have to. I'm telling you that right now.
Anthony Volpe needs to sit his butt down on the bench. Let Caballero do some things.
He did not refuse to play second base. He's just refusing to play well. That's all it is. Don't be. No? All right. I don't care about that one. Tampa Bay. Okay, so Miami's already won the series against Seattle. Seattle did pretty well at home. They swept the Angels. They beat the Blue Jays. They go on this Florida run. Miami's the hottest team in baseball. Tampa Bay has been really good. They've won 6 out of their last 10, even though they lost yesterday. Do the Mariners go into the All-Star break by winning a series, or do they end up losing back-to-back series going into the Fall Classic?
We started the show talking about Junior Caminero.
Oh,
the show talking about Junior Caminero.
I really don't. I knew you were going to say that.
Rays have been way too good.
They have. The Rays and the Marlins. I mean, we're not getting an all-Florida World Series, I don't think yet.
Please,
but
no.
Oh, my God, if we do, how terrible would that be? Like, two of the teams, like, nobody cares about baseball in Florida. except for everybody that plays baseball in Florida. So they're too busy to go to the games. I get that Tampa Bay's got a terrible stadium and it's in a bad spot. Nobody goes to those games. Miami,
more people go to the Yankees games in the summer.
Yes, they do.
In Tampa.
And then Miami gets a little bit more of a draw, but if they end up winning the whole thing, they're just going to sell off their whole team next year and go back to being terrible. So do not do this to me. Marlins are hosting the Guardians. Who do you got?
Home run pitch.
Give me the Guardians.
Okay. I'm going to assume the Cubs are going to beat the Reds, and we can move on from that. The Mets showing a little bit of life. The Red Sox, very blah. Mets hosting Red Sox. What do you think?
Can I get that Looney Tunes death ray pointed at the world like Max Kellerman was talking about?
Just take out the whole stadium.
Right. I guess I'll take Boston.
All right. Well, your White Sox in a virtual tie with the Guardians. The Guardians have played 2 more games, so they're 48 and 46. The White Sox 47 and 45. Similar win percentage. They sit equal atop the American League Central. The A's have fallen back a little bit. Now 10 games under 500. They've won 1 of their last 10. The A's still have that murderer's row of a lineup. Their pitching still terrible. They have given up 500 runs faster than anybody in baseball other than the Colorado Rockies, who play in, a fun park. White Sox hold on, and with Murakami coming back, I assume we're both taking them.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Battle of Texas, Houston at the Rangers.
I'll go Rangers.
You know what? I don't want to pick either. They're both. Well, I'm going to pick. I'm going to skip that one.
Let's skip that one too.
Boy, I hate both of those teams so much. The Astros, though, have been much better as of late. They've fallen off a little bit in the last few days, but they were dead to rights. Their pitching was so bad. They had so many injuries, and they're working their way back. Cardinals have been surprisingly good this year. They haven't been great. The Atlanta Braves have been great. The Braves try coasting. Cardinals get a win, or the Braves keep rolling.
I think Matt Olson is going to carry this
over Matt Olson.
I mean, how could you not?
I don't disagree. Don't disagree. All right. Blue Jays at the Padres. Are the Padres good at all? They're 500 right now, but they're sitting in second place. I mean, they're 14 games back, so it's probably inconsequential. But I don't know what to make of this Padres team. I think they might be bad, but same thing for the Blue Jays.
I think they're just having a rough year.
Yeah.
So I part of me wants to pick the Blue Jays because.
Well, here's a question. Let me ask you this then. If you're the Padres, would you trade Mason Miller?
No, I think I have to get rid of another piece. I think I have to.
Yeah, but can you imagine the haul you get if somebody needs a closer and you put Mason Miller out there? I mean,
think about the haul you get if you try to trade away one of your superstars who doesn't seem to be happy playing in San Diego.
I'm not mad at either of those options. I don't necessarily want the superstar that isn't playing great. I want the guy that's thrown at 105 miles an hour and is absolutely untouchable at the back of my bullpen. What would you give up? I mean, anything they wanted, right? I mean, top prospect, multiple prospects, arms, legs, bats, whatever.
And there's 3 people on that Padres lineup where I think all of the MLB will drop whatever they're doing and say, I'll make it work for
if the
guy.
Padres end up being sellers, I think that would be one of the more intriguing stories at the end of it. So, I mean, I'm just kind of glancing through this, and it's just such a weird year because the American League, everybody is pretty bunched up. I mean, if you look at the top of the American League East, you've got the Rays and the Yankees have a pretty good advantage, right? Like they're pretty well ahead. Blue Jays have been bad. Boston's been bad. Baltimore is bad. So I don't know if the Blue Jays go into sell mode. That's probably the most interesting to me because they've got a lot of young guys on that team that played really well in the postseason.
Yep.
You could go out and get bats and you can get arms and there's some guys I'm sure they're not going to move off of. But, man, if you can go and kind of raid that cabinet, the Orioles are a really good young team. A couple years ago, they had 90 wins, and here they are, again, kind of at the bottom of the league. Are you going to go out and figure out what you can get from them?
I'm really confused about the Blue Jays because, especially how successful they were last year.
Yeah.
You'd think they would be the team to run it back.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised with that.
Then they trade away Bo Bichette,
Yep.
and
Well, they let him walk.
They let him walk.
Because he was a free agent.
And now the roster is kind of looking around like...
Well, just nobody's hitting.
It doesn't seem like there's a leader in the clubhouse.
Maybe that's the case, but they had the manager of the year last year. So what changed? Nobody seems to be hitting up to the expectations that they had this year, and they've been really bad. So I don't know if the Blue Jays, Red Sox, Orioles, Royals, and Angels probably are only sellers. Everybody else is kind of in the American League, and then everybody's a lot better in the National League. And if you're looking for sellers, I wonder if the Yankees would be willing to start selling off. I mean, that's one of the highest payrolls in baseball. The Reds had a really hot start and were really good, but Milwaukee's just been running away from that division, so I don't know how much better they are than everybody else. Pirates are sitting at 500. They're not selling, I wouldn't think. And then I know that the Giants have already offered up anybody they're paying a lot of money to, but none of them are playing up to what they're being paid, so I don't know if you go and raid that. And you've got the, number 3rd best home run hitter in baseball is the catcher for the Rockies in Hunter Goodman, so maybe there's something there. But there's a lot of teams in the middle, and that's what makes it kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens at the trade deadline. Like I said, a lot of teams in the National League pushing a lot further ahead than the rest of the league. Mariners said, you know what they're going to do? They're buyers. They're looking for a buyer trade because they feel like they've got a good enough roster. They've got to have that extra pitching, add a big right-handed bat if there's one out there. I mean, that'll be the next conversation, right? We get done with this little all-star break, and it's right there, man. The trade deadline is just around the corner. Who's going to make a push? Who's going to come back refreshed and ready to play some good baseball? I cannot wait for the second half to get started. It's going to be awesome. Go to X. Go to my Facebook page. You can find a link to play. Take your pick. Play along with us. If you win, you will be invited to come on the show. And no, not everybody that's been invited on the show has had some sort of ailment or malady. I know it was an allergic reaction today. I know that we had that heart thing. But most of the people that have tried to come on have made it and left perfectly healthy. So please don't be scared off. Please play along. We'd love to get to 1 million people playing. We're just shy of that now, so everybody that we add helps just a little bit. All right, let's ride off into the sunset. We will do one more for the road. We do it next. It is Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Portland Trail Blazers are...
Anything from this show, past shows, future shows, don't worry, podcast is available on 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app. What are people saying on the fan text line and YouTube chats that we need to address, Mr. Lowercase?
Well, first off, Murakami is back. But then another text line that says, more people are killed by cows every year than they are by sharks.
Well, yes, cows tend to interact with people a lot more than sharks interact with people. You have to go into the ocean to find a shark and put yourself in harm's way. But like I said, you go and do the shark dive on a boat, you make sure that they've got that 100% safety rating sticker on there. I don't know who does the safety ratings, but you feel like if you go on there, everybody looks real nervous when you get out there, you're going to be nervous. The gals that took us out was awesome. Just killer experience. And you go out and imagine, like, first thing in the morning, perfect visibility. You're in like 300 feet of water, so you can't see the bottom, but then you just look down, and as the sea dips into that super dark blue, you just see the outline of sharks everywhere. It was awesome. And one time I did go dive down, and one of the sharks was coming up. It was a little close for comfort, got my heart racing a little bit, but that's about it.
Then a lot of YouTube chats. YouTube chats being funny. They're being punny today.
Oh, you don't want to no good puns you want to use?
Oh,
come on.
Mike Trout is back. Is he fishing for a win? He isn't
right,
Guppy anymore. Again,
Hey, no. I was just checking. I just wanted to see what the tone of the YouTube chats were. Let's do. Have you ever thought about how you'd like to be honored when you pass?
Yeah.
Yeah? What would you like as just a little nod, thanks for a good life, Casey Smith?
Roll me up, smoke me away.
There you go. One artist in the Netherlands, his life is being celebrated by an art museum taking 800 pounds of peanut butter and spreading it across the floor of the gallery. Prior to his death, this is a guy named Wim T. Schijper. Schijper and the museum drafted a 20-point plan mandating that the spread be, quote, as smooth and boring as possible, with absolutely no one allowed to step on the 800 pounds of peanut butter spread across the gallery floor. How? Why? I don't know. Art is art, man, and that's what they decided to do.
If I'm anyone, I'm just walking in with a banana and a piece of bread, like,
yeah,
off the ground, sandwich for myself.
Yeah. Well, no, it's enough to make 15,000 sandwiches is the estimate. I've always said the same thing. There are two things that I would like my friends and family to do. One, I would like to have a weekend at Bernie's trip to the strip club, obviously. And then I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe it is a Mongolian thing where the ground in certain areas is too rocky and hard to actually dig down and bury the dead. So what everybody does is they take whatever drug puts, the medicine man into a state where they will not remember. They go up to the mountaintop, chop up the bodies, and leave them for the eagles to take off into the sky. So those are the two things. First, we go out and have a good time. Then everybody gets so wasted they won't remember chopping me up into bits so the eagles can carry me off into the distance.
Graphic, but that sounds insanely cool.
Well, hey, listen, you spend enough time thinking about, what you do after you die. That's what you got for me. No peanut butter necessary. I don't think that attracts eagles, so I think we'll be perfectly fine.
Doubling up on eagle stories this week.
Yeah, well, I guess we did one the other day. That was my brother. He's getting practice for later. I don't know how high he was, but we can check on that. But good practice for later in life if he outlives me. Hey, want to say a big thank you to Justin. I know that you tried to make it. I'm sorry that you have that allergic reaction. We hope that you're doing well. Thank you to everybody that listened. Thank you, lowercase. No thank you to Will Ferrell, but of course, thank you, Isaac Robb. 61 days, 14 hours, 23 minutes, and 50 seconds until the kickoff of the NFL season between the Seahawks and Patriots. Everybody have a wonderful day. We are done for now. Bye-bye.
Always look on the broad.